Sangye Chedan Chancho Manu Dani Yasuji Dagi Jizo Yime Sanagi Dola Benche Sangye Domajo Sangye Chedan Sangye Chonana Chancho Manu Dani Yasuji Dagi Jizo Yime Sanagi Dola Benche Sangye Domajo Sangye Chedan Sangye Chonana Chancho Manu Dani Yasuji Dagi Jizo Yime Sanagi Dola Benche Sangye Domajo Sangye Dewa Kambe
Good morning. As I always remind you to generate bodhicitta in order to help limitless sentient beings to uproot their suffering and the cause of suffering by developing the wisdom of study, contemplation, and meditation, and we will be able to bring them to the Buddhahood. So therefore, each and every session we begin associated with the development or the cultivation of bodhicitta is needed. Now, I'm going to read the root verses, which is in Tibetan, as an oral transmission, because Tekwa Chenpo Myanga Kadam Legong Rinpoche Tzazik Changju Senpa Naru Chungwa Shechawa Shuso Jagal Kedo Bodhisattva Mani Awale Pyokedo Changju Senpa Naru Chungwa Tuji Chenpo La Chasaro Lama Nama Chasaro Tebe Chalo Chasaro Tetsum Tamche Pangsashin Rula Nenden Jesu Cha Ni Mu Lelo Rapangshin Dado Zunjun Bewar Cha Chendang Sheshin Payube Wangbe Guanam Gundu Song Mingchen Tusum Yangdang Yang Senji Yuga Dakar Cha Dagi Nyenpa Dachashin Shinji Chuba Zalmicha Dagi Yunden Bachashin Shinji Yunden Dakar Cha Nyedang Kuti Pangsashin Keta Dado Pangwan Cha Ndeba Chungshin Choshedan Jela Chindu Sowar Cha Jamdang Inji Gongchashin Changchu Sene Tembar Cha Migi Chune Pangsashin Dado Teba Tembar Cha Chodang Maja Shongchashin Membe Sena Tembar Cha Lobe Chowa Pangsashin We have completed until here yesterday.
So weit sind wir gekommen gestern. Ja.
I think so.
Jedenfalls scheint es mir so.
Sometimes memory not good, but since Christoph is here, he proved. Yes, it is. The next, Sangsing Tamche Pangsa Xing Pagwe Noji Jembar Cha. Now, more and more I read this such a profound teaching, and the more the devotion towards Atisha is arising, because all his direct teaching is really striking our negative, the discursive thoughts. It's a very blessed. So therefore, I'm sure there is a blessing of transmission. Tibetan word Sangsing. There is something like any object that causes the mental fabrication or mental restlessness or mental restless. So it is not something to do our very much mundane livelihood. It is also like the dharmic livelihood. Sometimes we are too much dharmic life. We have fear, we have expectation, and we have hope. We have a lot of conflicts in the practice because your expectation is too high, and your capacity, your ability is within the limited. So you cannot really speed it up that much. You are tied up with our normal afflictive emotion. So what you are doing is very less. What you are hoping is too high, imbalance. Therefore, it causes unexpected negative circumstances or unpleasant circumstances. Therefore, you are unable to get rid of these unwanted circumstances. So the teaching like this, asking all objects that causes mental provocation or mental restlessness should be avoided. So, as I said yesterday, we are caught up by fears, the hopes, and therefore there is no succeed of our practices. So, Sangsing, even you are in the retreat, let's say maybe you believe yourself, say that, oh, I'm now in a retreat, no disturbance around, which is quite right, which is quite true, but there is many disturbances and the hindrances inside your own mind. You have to check your motivation. But first of all, motivation is very important. And while you are doing your practice in the retreat, so you should go your practice along with the instructions. And you need to be observed your practices, whether are you really doing right way or wrong way. Need to be spying after all your practices. Otherwise, masters will be scared. Although you are in the retreat, you engage more negativities and more wrongdoings and more misdeeds. Therefore, Tibetan word tam je. But that means whether this is something is connected to the mundane world life, or this is other connected to your Dhamma practice, as long as it causes your mind the restless, as long as it does not work with you to subdue the power of the emotional forces, as long as it does not help you to strengthen the power of the noble qualities, then this indicates the practice is not going smoothly. In between, there are, I'm quite sure, a lot of unexpected hindrances and wrongdoings or misdoings. So therefore, by applying mindfulness again and alertness, one should examine how to adopt the right thing and how to avoid the wrong thing. And another way of explanation or the recognition of the Sangye could be meant that any accumulation of a merit that is not associated with the wisdom. So all these, the merits here, we consider as also the Sangye, the virtue. Why Sangye virtue? Because this virtue will not lead you to the supreme or the ultimate Buddhahood at all. It's still, you will tie in the cycle of existence. All our practice for the purpose of get rid of this unwanted suffering and the miseries. So how could we break through these, the miseries and the pain? So only with the help of the wisdom to fully development or fully achievement or fully actualization of the wisdom. So if you are able to associate the wisdom along with all the rest of the virtues, so that is the non-Sangye or or unfabricated the virtue, unfabricated, not virtue. Otherwise, all the virtues that is not associated with the wisdom is we consider as a fabricate the virtue. Therefore, the next verse is Pakpe Norji Jembar Cha. So Pakpe Nor means the noble wealth. The noble wealth that is we consider here the realization of emptiness. And also like six perfection, the practice of the six perfections is also the noble wealth. Dunzi tamche pangchashin gomba lane nebarcha. Dunzi is like entertainment or amusement whatsoever. So these will disturb your practice. Therefore, Tibetan word is dunzi. And as well as this means any the virtues like physical virtues, the verbal virtues, mental virtues, that is for the purpose of gaining like profit or name. So everything for the purpose of this life or purpose of the life of a mundane world, then that is we consider as the dunzi. And in Bodhisattva Jayavtara by Shantideva is given two different aspects of this dunzi. One is the physical dunzi, and the other one is the mental dunzi. The physical dunzi is we keep running from place to place, yeah, so no rest, moving around. So this disturbs to bring down our mind to the focus. And the mental dunzi, or the mind dunzi, is that the too much thought. The thought that is that makes you the restless again. So for this purpose, then they recommend you to do retreat. So one who, as I said yesterday, the meditation and the post-meditation, and the post-meditation is more helpful, generally speaking. But certain type of the individuals do not have that much the capability to work with these kind of the dunzis. Then they recommend to retreat. So to retreat like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years helps you to rest your mind. And this is another way, the training of your mind. So all kinds of method training we needed. All kinds of methods we needed. So during the retreat, for the purpose during the retreat is to calm your mind, to tame your mind. So therefore, next is Gompa Lan Epesa. Gompa means Wenpa. Wenpa means like the retreat, solitude retreat. And the concept of a retreat or the life living in a solitude is not something like you escape from somewhere and go into the retreat, and then you do certain practices in the retreat and come out same individual. If you are unable to make changes in the retreat, then no point. So therefore, when you come out of a retreat, then you should taste your negative emotions. And you have to test, did I really make changes in the retreat while I'm in the retreat? And what is the differentiation between the before going into the retreat and the now after the coming out of the retreat? So the examination or observation is really needed to be applied. Otherwise, many of us may think that, oh, I did retreat. I did 6 months retreat. Oh, come out, okay. Now I go back again. So you just consider as a routine your practice. Not much really you consider for the change of your mental attitude. No? So if you're unable to make a change, then the retreat is meaningless. So you should make a meaningful retreat, which means when you come out of the retreat, then you should examine, did I really make a change? Then you should have more amusement and more entertainment and see how your mental attitude and mental character that moment. So if really didn't much experience of changes, then immediately go back to retreat. Yes, and more discipline, being disciplined in the retreat. So until you really able to make stabilized. So the continuation of the retreat is important. Shantideva says in the Bodhisattva Jayavatara, I quoted here from the Bodhisattva Jayavatara in Tibetan I read, Jase tuji chenamta rigve sene suji de minsin chepra mambena dagi dunga nam tarching. Just like the compassionate beings, I shall patiently accept what I have to do, means what I have to do in the retreat, or what I have to do in my life, because I consider as I'm a really serious practitioner, so therefore I have to be very patient and patiently accept what I have to do. And it says here, if I do not make a constant effort day and night, then when will my misery ever come to an end? So hopeless. So the Shantideva says there's no chance to make your misery, pain come to an end. If you apply mindfulness and if you become a serious practitioner and if you do really take care of yourself with the practices, each and every hour, the minute, then there's no need to go to another place, a so-called retreat. So it is your retreat. Our daily life is a retreat. You are within the retreat. The best retreat is the mental retreat, not the physical retreat. As I always said, the retreat, you consider that somewhere far region like in Himalaya, where you feel that I'm out of the world now, where you cannot contact the people. You think that I'm safe, but you are not still safe. There are a lot of disturbances inside your mind, maybe more, because pride, or now I'm in the Himalaya. When I come out, maybe Buddha, or maybe Great Master. Wow, then what happens? They put it in the Facebook and the YouTube, said that, oh, the great master came from the Himalaya. My picture is there, my reputation is there. So you have so many plans while you're in the retreat. When you come out of the retreat, ready to take action. That sort of danger or risk could be occurred. Therefore, Shantidevas, Atisha, those great masters, they are so scared of the mental attitude always. They say the body, the physical virtue is not important. The verbal virtue is not important. The mental virtue is most important. That has something to do with our carefulness, mindfulness, and cautiousness, and taking care of myself. This is not the time to spying others, the spying myself. Observing myself, my each and every attitudes. I take care of myself so much. So that is the concept of doing retreat. If you do that, so your everyday life is the best retreat. And taking care of your speech is also very important. And sometimes you talk too much. And meaningless talk. You are bad, I'm good. So these things. That the speech causes others' mind restless. And I myself also become restless. And didn't bring really meaningful speech. The meaningful speech, that is the speech of like the virtue or the Dharma instruction that can benefit others. But instead of that, they're bringing a lot of negative images. So they are also scared of this, the meaningless talk. This causes also destruction. Destruction is the prime obstacle for the practitioners. So therefore, we need to be careful with our speech. And when we say meaningless, so as a Dharma practitioner, this is not for the common individuals, but this is mainly for the Dharma practitioners. So if Dharma practitioners keep talking whole day, then it disturbs your Dharma practice, right? So instead of that, you can transform this meaningless talkativeness into the meaningful talkativeness, which is you can recite some the verses like this kind of teaching, or the prayers of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, or something, or give some good speech to others would be the beneficial, and the beneficial for yourself and others. So otherwise we, without observation, if you do not observe and then keep talking, so this causes more and more negative actions. So if you bring more negative actions, this will obscure your mind, and then this disturbs for further development of your practice. Lama kenpo tongwe tse gube rinlo jebarcha. Because Lama is the person who teaches the Dhamma. That is we call the Lama or the Guru. And the Kenpo means the person who teaches Dhamma as well. It's just a different name of the aspect of their duty, so to speak. But whenever you see Lama or Kenpo, then you should really offer service respectfully. Talking about this subject, I want to share you some very common the way of how to treat the Lama and the Kenpo. As I have been traveling quite many places around, like in Southeast Asia and Europe, when I see some centers, So they have a resident Lama. So resident Lama is the Lama who is really giving teaching. And the monastery or Rinpoche or Lama who sent him as a representative of the regent to the center. But when I see the situation inside the monastery, in the center, the relationship between the student and the Lama is quite incorrect. The way they treat Lama is like caretaker. It's quite sad. And Lama is the person who really gave teaching. And His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, but when he went to Canada, he brought Lama Namse. Christophe knows. He, along with him, brought to Canada, to North America. And he appointed him as his regent in North America. And he put up very high throne, almost to his level, like His Holiness himself. And when he introduces, this is my regent in North America, so please treat him like you treat me. Because the regent is the person who is really to represent His Holiness, the Karmapa, and his responsibility is giving teaching and the Dharma teaching. So you know how valuable the teaching is, right? So that much you have to value the teacher or the Lama. So therefore, to me, like when I'm traveling like Malaysia, Singapore, and Hong Kong, there's some, not all, but some centers, they treat Lama as like caretaker. And so the members of the center, they use Lama as an attendant, and Lama is a kind of low, and the members are a little bit high. They order Lama, do this, don't do that, which is quite opposite. I feel sad, to be honest, which is really inquired in the Dharma way, because Lama is there for the teaching and guiding you, giving you teaching and guiding you, not serving you. And you serve Lama because you have to value the teaching and you have to value the Lama. And he's giving teaching and he's doing Dharma for you and for all. So therefore, this has to be reformed or the reshape. Such chaotic system is really important. Sorry to say that, because I have to be honest with you. Yeah. It's not because of I'm talking about the importance of the culture or the tradition, but it's rather importance of the Dharma. And in all teachings you can see the teacher we should regard as a Buddha. In Vajrayana, the teacher is inseparable of the Buddha and the Vajradhara. So when you talk about this, and how could you treat him like this? It's impossible. Therefore, Shantideva says here, when you see Lama and the Khenpo, please offer the service very respectfully, because then Lama's job is giving teaching, doing Dharma practice. He has a full right to do the Dharma teaching. Wherever the individuals or the groups or center invited, he has a full right to visit. He has to. Dharma should not be partiality. Should not be partial. Say that, oh, I give teaching to you, but not you. I go here, but I don't go here. But whoever invites for the teaching should go, must go freely, without depending on any other circumstances. So if a Lama get permit from other, say that, can I go for teaching? Or you need to register. So not that way. So teaching should be free, as the Buddha says, and the Marpa says to Mila, give teaching. Even for the insect, smallest being come to your, on your table, please help. Even I just recite mantras or give some Dhamma teachings. So should cultivate it this way to help others. That is the Lama's responsibility. So you should have this knowledge, how to respect the Lama, how to respect the Khenpo, and how to treat the Lama and the Khenpo in the center. It's not like always the Lama is like the center caretaker. And most time there is no teaching in the center itself, But instead of that, he goes to other place to give a teaching, and the comeback would be the best. Very beautiful. That much he can help others. Otherwise, jobless, the center, and awaiting others' order, said that do this, go there, don't go there, then Lama just follow your instruction. That is the opposite. It's not good. It's totally not good. No? So therefore, so if you are very careful, and if you make a really rich of knowledge of the Buddha Dhamma and how to do all these systems, and you would realize how important to treat the Lama very, very respectfully. Yeah. Okay. Lama. Kansa tuji mijin tang, le tang boye simjin la, dumbil dushi jebarja. And this means that whatever individuals that who does not or who don't have the Dhammic attitude, or the individuals who do not have Dhammic attitude. So you can learn different lessons from these different type of individuals, because the individuals who do have the Dhammic attitude, and you can learn from them the Dhamma sense, right? And those individuals who engage negativities, who does not have completely, who do not have the Dhammic sense, or more kind of engaging in negativities, you can learn the negative attitude. But whatever it is, for the practitioner, as I consider myself,